Hello again, ChoroQ and Nissan Silhouette Skyline fans, or Nissan Skyline Silhouette fans. I actually have a casting very similar to this, but it's very rare for this sort of thing to come up. So I went and bought the second variation of this, for me at least. This is still number 1 in the ChoroQ Zero line, but it's number 3 because it's paint code number C. So there's an A and a B beforehand. I forget which one I have other than this. Probably used, just because the thing is like this, right? All messed up here, but it's fine. I don't keep this packaging. Alright, yeah. I think there's usually tape holding that together. So this has definitely been opened before. Hopefully it's not going to be a train wreck. So this car in real life has many different photos. Usually not of these wheels. But these mesh wheels, you know, these are the only ones I could find in a given amount of time. But these even aren't the same car, because you can see on this car here, there's a big bulge right there in the hood. That is not on this, right? This has a squarish mirror. This has a rounded one, or it's knocked off. I'm not sure. So these are, you know, it's a racing car. A lot of changes occur to make them faster between races. So it's kind of hard to say if I just went for the wheels, and I'm just going to compare to these photos, but obviously I don't know if they're the right photos. So kind of just focus in between the two. A lot of the text is similar though, right there. And unfortunately ChoroQ has these really silly coin holders that I think really detracts from the appearance of the models. I mean, I understand why they have it, but maybe they should have 2 lines of toys. One with these for kids to really play with. This is meant to hold a coin, by the way, so you can do a wheelie. And then they should have a nicer line like the Zeros without the coin holders. Alright, that's just my opinion though, of course. I have no influence on anyone. Alright, starting with these wheels. The front wheels, yeah, they're like dish wheels. They look like DTM wheels. And there's a bunch of bumps here. Interesting. And then 4 lug nuts. I'm not sure if that's accurate, but there's 4 in the back here as well. And then perimeter vents, obviously it's blanked off. They have a little cutout here for the air valve, so that's pretty cool. You can see the tires have a little bit of curvature to them. That's actually good, but later Zeros start to get flatter and flatter, so it's a shame. This is much better than what I'm used to seeing from this line. The rear wheel, you know, it's got this print. Oh, that's not just a print. This is 3-dimensional. This you know, this mesh pattern. You can hear the pick making some noise. So yeah, that's cool. Maybe there's a black paint wash in there. And then yeah, just more center cap details there. On the side here, there is a exhaust pipe. Unfortunately, there's no black paint in the middle of it, but it is indented, so you could take a Sharpie and add paint if you want, or a marker. And then we have some nice tampo printing here, no decals, so this is great. Sponsorship should be pretty good. Shouldn't fall off or peel off like a decal. I can't read what that says. No. So the windows have some silver on the flat surface, and the molding here is actually 3-dimensional and painted silver here. And that's part of the main body casting. Alright, we have a little painted on rectangle here for side marker. This chin lip here, yeah, sticking out obnoxiously. It's actually got a little detail here. And then we have these like vents, I'm assuming, in the headlights, painted black. Unfortunately the headlights, you know, they don't have any like 3-dimensional printing like modern Hot Wheels do. But this is pretty old now, I guess, if it's number 1 in the lineup. I was going to check the box, but there's no need to. I forgot these Zeros actually have a production dial. So this was made in the December of 2011. So that it tells you how old it is. It's nice that it tells you what the car is and where it is in the lineup of Zeros. And then that's supposed to say Choro-Q, I guess. Standard construction. Oh no, that's not standard. Usually it's just 1 screw in the front and a tab in the back. But this one has 2 screws. And then these are pullback toys, all ChoroQs. I think pretty much all ChoroQs. And they go really fast. So I'm going to just, hold on, back out. If it had more space, it would actually go really, really fast. But this is too nice to be crashing into walls, I think. Alright, continuing on. We got this, you know, sticker here. It's a sticker, not tampo printing, so that's kind of lame as well. But this is printed with paint. So the taillights, it's got this, it actually looks brown instead of black. That's interesting. I wonder if the paint faded because it's so old. Maybe this was in like someone's display cabinet by a window before. Anyways, I don't know what that text is supposed to say. Maybe Turbo RS. And then the turn signals and backup lights are printed. Skyline looks pretty good there. There's actually some vent details here. And then, yeah, the whole open diffuser is cool. The wing is a separate piece. There's printing on the top and the sides. And then going to the top view, Hasemi is the driver. And nowadays, I think he just owns his own racing team. So Hasemi Racing, a lot of famous Skylines. And that's this guy pretty much helped make the legend of the Skyline GTR. Okay, yeah, nice tampo printing on the windscreen. That's a dark smoked translucent canopy. You can see a little bit of the engine, the pullback motor in white behind there. Yeah, vent details, tampo printing all around. Got these little vertical wind streaks. I don't know. I don't know if they're effective or not, but it looks pretty cool. Alright, so definitely nice looking casting here. Let me, oh yeah, you know what? The front end is totally different from that photograph I pulled up. The photograph I pulled up has like a flat front end. It doesn't have these grill lines. So, yeah, didn't catch that. Of course, I didn't pull it out of the box before, so I couldn't even see the front of this before. Let me get the coaster. Alright, first what I'm going to do is this little Chibico version. So Chibicos are even smaller size than regular Choro-Qs, and they're still pullback toys, but they don't have distinct wheels. You know, they're always like these little 5 spokes and stuff. They only have like 2 or 3 different molds for wheels in the Chibico line. But they still have a great printing, you know, and it's for the size is, you know, they're cool, I think. A lot of detail. So there's a size comparison for those two. I'm going to just show some other Skylines before I get to the other comparison of this particular Skyline. So within the Zero line, they have this line called Concrete Western, or Seibu Keisatsu, I think it was called in Japanese. And they had all these weird cars. You know, it was a crazy macho car show, I guess, where they destroyed cars all the time, and it was like a police force with special vehicles. So that's from that Zero collection. Also, we have this thing called Machine X, which is a different Skyline, but again with some weird modifications. Let's get into some other more classic ones. Here's a Zero of the Ken Mary one. And from the sports car set from the 70s, it's from 2003. I put some Hot Wheels Real Riders on that one though, and use some putty. Here's just a stock one with some steel wheels here, and this is from the same set apparently. It's the PGC-10, the Hakosuka, with the headlight covers and stuff. So very cool. It's going to be a bunch of Skylines. I got to mess with these things. And let me get the camera backed out a little bit more. Oh boy, let's see. A little more modern. I don't know what this is, but luckily they tell you. It's an R32, and then I have some 3D printed wheels on this, and some putty. Let's see. Let's go with a different brand. Here's an R34, and this is from Scart, or CA Art. So, slightly different type of deformation there. I think we need another brand as well, and this is a freebie that comes with a can of coffee. Oh, but sadly I can't remember who makes this. I think it's either Suntory Boss or Wanda or Asahi. It's a free promotion, but they took no credit for the toy that they made. But a can of coffee was like $1 or $1.50, and this has all these paint details. It doesn't have clear windows, but it does have the clear lights. So I think this is really cool. It is, again, a different type of deformation. Let's throw another brand in. I can't really confirm if this is a Skyline, but it's the Hot Wheels, called the Manga Tuner, but the cartoon version, right? I think this is designed by Ryu Asada, and it definitely looks like a modified Ken Mari Skyline. I had some paint details and some BNDS alloys and stuff. I think we should try to fit one more because I have some a different ChoroQ deformation. So this is an R34, a race car, of course, and it's the Calisonic Skyline from '05. But you can see the deformation is different. It's not as tall looking. It's actually quite low compared to all the other Choros. So I'll put it in between those two, and you can see it coming around. Focus. Yeah, see how low the roof is? So, whereas all the other ones have relatively high roofs. So it's interesting. Alright, there's a top view for you. Alright, let me come back in a second here. Alright, this comparison is going to be tough because the other model is in my Choro-Q tower. It's mounted to this thing. And I 3D printed the wheels that are more popular in an internet search. These crazy like fan wheels. So those are 3D printed and I have like rubber tires in there. So sidewise, you can see it actually looks almost the same as far as all the tampo prints. Yeah, I think it's identical actually. The mold is identical. But roof-wise, you can see the number 11. And this one's in a white box. That one's just white numbers. Same on the hood. Front-wise, it seems identical. Yeah, so rear-wise, it's just got... It also has like brownish taillights. Maybe you can't tell, but I think the rear is identical as well. Except for the sticker is slightly different. So I apologize, but there's a Stratos in the way. Yeah, this sticker's yellow. That one's more white. Alright, so not too many differences. It's just this one came with lamer wheels. You can just look up the video review of this if you really want to see what it looked like in stock form. Alright, and then I went and pulled up a better picture that actually has a grill like this toy. So I think maybe that's supposed to be this. It's hard to say. Let me focus on that. I had to pause because I always gotta try to get my cartoon characters. This is by, I think it's called Resin Works, a little cartoon race car driver. Alright, well, yeah, I think this is a nice model, or a nice toy, because it does have the unique wheels. Whereas the other one I showed you did not have such cool wheels. So I'm not going to modify this one at all, just leave it bone stock. I'm not going to put in the Tower of Choro though, so I should be able to pull this out for future comparisons. Okay, well thank you for watching today, and I'm pretty sure I'll get another super deformed Nissan Skyline at some point, and we'll see you in that video.